the shadows, down low. You don't know what I'm going through, don't know what I'm going through. It's down low, down low. You don't know what I'm going through, don't know what I'm going.
Hey, what's up, TPL Nation? Welcome back for another draft analysis video. And in this one, we got the... Yo, what's up, peeps? This is future ace trainer Ryan. And unfortunately, as many of you know, the scrub known as Papa Trex has dipped out on the league once he heard we play against Timer. So, I would just like to personally welcome J. Even Stevens and the coach of the Omaha Omastars that will be taking over this team, and good luck in his season debut, his TPL debut. Shout out to the man. Enjoy the rest of the video as our next draft analysis. And he's got some interesting mons, like a lot of threats on his team, I think. So we start out with one of the most annoying prankster mons in the game, Meowstick. So Meowstick's pretty sick. It can set up screens, it can set up thunder waves into people, it can be very annoying. It's not really the best attacker in the world, and it's not really good at like eating hits or anything like that, but you know, it could calm mind up on people if it wanted to. It's got fake out for interesting support, heal bell's nice, nasty plot could be crazy, magic coat, why not, dude? Bounce back those sticky webs, you know what I mean? Shadow ball could be interesting, sucker punch, thunder waves, okay, yawns, nice, charm is sick. So prankster charm. So to be honest, he might have one of the best answers to a going out of control Salamence in front of him. It might cost Meowstick his life, but who knows? Focus Sash Charm Meowstick might come out. We don't know. We don't know. All right, we keep moving. It's got all other niche things, but I'm not going to count any of these moves out all the way because Meowstick with Prankster, it can use all kinds of crazy moves. It can use all kinds of crazy moves. So here we go. Number one in the draft pick. Big Bad Thundercat. Big Bad Thundy. So Thundurus is sick. Obviously does have either form of Thundurus, but I like using this Thundurus because of that insane attack stat of 145 right there. So really, you just throw the Thunderbolt on here. I'm not sure if this thing gets any good flying coverage, any good special flying coverage. Yeah, I didn't think it did. No air slash for Thundercat. So but really, you just get that Thunderbolt. I mean, yeah, you gotta watch out for like grass types. But I mean, you got Grass Knot that might do some good damage against like a Hippowdon for sure. You know, not a lot of moves, but to be honest, if they gave this thing a deep move set, it would be broken and it'd be in Ubers. But we got some broken stuff anyway. Pretty sure, yeah, this thing does get nasty plot. So I mean, if your opponent doesn't have a ground type and you nasty plot in their face, like, it's over, man. It's over. So thank goodness this thing can't Dynamax, but it's just gonna do what it does. It comes in and it hits really hard. You could run like a choice specs on this. A Life Orb set would be sick. But to be honest, if you might just want to just come in and click Thunderbolt anyway, like, shoot, just do it, man. Just do it. This thing's really strong. It's a good Pokemon. It's a great Pokemon. And I'm not surprised it went in first round. So yeah, it's a super good mon. So we move up. We move on to probably my most hated Pokemon, and then Bronzong. This thing's so annoying. Like, this thing, it'd be hard to kill sometimes, man. It's got Levitate or Heat Proof, two really good abilities. The Heavy Metal is meh, big meh. But you move on to everything it's got here, and all these moves could come out. You never know. You could see a more offensive one with Flash Cannon. You could see like Iron Defense, Body Press Rest. Saw that come out, dude. That was like the bane of my existence. This thing can Toxic you. This thing can do all kinds of stuff. It can set up Trick Room for the squad if it needs to, which we could definitely see for this team. As we move through, we see some other good moves like Future Sight. Future Sight's a good move. Don't sleep on it. Don't sleep. Speaking of not sleeping, we got a Hypnosis right here. We not missing. He's got Meteor Beam, which could be a sick move to run on Bronzong. To be honest, a little power Meteor Beam action might be kind of wild. It might be the tech the TPL needs to stay alive. And And then some other crazy stuff like Solar Beam. I don't know. We could see some crazy stuff come out. like Power Up, Solar Beam, and Meteor Beam set. That'd be crazy. And you guys laugh, but this Bronzong could do just about anything, man. I didn't think this thing could wall me like it did last season, bro, but I'm really glad that the Indiana Tracers don't have this annoying Mon anymore, dude. I hate this Pokemon. Alright, as we move on, we look at Scorch, and Scorch is pretty sick. I feel like you pretty much have to run heavy-duty boots on it because it's quad weak to rocks. But it's a good Pokemon. It's got Flame Body or Flash Fire, which could be sick. You use either one of them. Coil is cool. Coil's cool because I'm pretty sure it gets like Fire Lash as its main damaging move. So Fire Lash, Coil's awesome. Does it get Leech Life? Yeah, it does get Leech Life. And honestly, you could pretty much take your pick of anything else. Knockoff is a good move. Power Whip is a good one. Will-O-Wisp if you just want to damage some stuff. Sub if you want to sub Coil, which would be pretty sick if you're trying to set up on like a what's the name, on like a physical attacker. That'd be pretty cool. It'd be pretty lit. We keep moving on. There's not a whole bunch of crazy stuff in the back. I mean, we got Solar Beam for the sun. That's about it. I mean, Scorch can't do too much. It's okay. Its stats are okay around the board, really. It's got pretty good attack. It's got okay defenses, like okay defenses. It's oddly enough got 100 HP. So it's a decent Mon. It's a decent Mon. I feel like this thing's kind of fighting with Thundurus on who wants to hold the boots in the relationship, but it's a good Mon. All right, we move on to Draclocked. Draclock. That's not a Pokemon. Grablocked. I was thinking of Dracloak for a minute. So we got Grablocked, and Grablocked is okay. It does get Technician, which is pretty cool. I'm not sure if it has anything to really use that. What's the power ability? So the power limit is 60 on Technician, which is unfortunate because, you know, it pretty much limits you to like the really bad moves like Power Up Punch and Circle Throw. So really you're kind of better off just using like Drain Punch or Close Combat, going all out. You got Bulk Up on this Mon, which is pretty cool. Hydro Pump, but to be honest, you ain't gonna use no Hydro Pump, man. Where's Liquidation, bro? Where's the Liquidation? There it is. There it is. Liquidation. So you can use Liquidation on this. Close Combat, Ice Punch. It could be a decent physical attacker with a little Bulk Up Sweep. Maybe Bulk Up Drain Punch. That'd be an interesting set to run. It's got some other stuff it could use, but nothing too crazy. I mean, it's just kind of like a subpar fighting type to me. I mean, if you think about this Mon didn't even end up on the Mile High Machamps, so yeah, it's there. But as we look over the stats here, it's got decent defenses, decent HP, good 118 attack, lackluster speed with 42. But to be honest, there's a Trick Room setter right there. So like we could see Grablock get set up in a Trick Room and just start going off. So I like Grablock for this team. It's looking pretty sick. Next up we had the Mega Blastoise, or it wishes it was Mega, right? And Blastoise is okay. Really one of its best sets is just Shell Smash. Probably, let's see, you probably want to run Physical, right? Or Special. So run a Surf. You could run Special, I mean Physical with like Aqua Jet, but like, I don't know, you're Shell Smashing, so you can run a Surf. The Aura Sphere isn't always nice. This thing still gets Dark Pulse from when it was a Mega, so it's got some good all-around moves. I definitely say you could use it as your Dynamaxer, but it's kind of lackluster. It's not really gonna sweep people's teams. Like, it is a problem while it's out, don't get me wrong, but I feel like this thing still needs to Shell Smash before it Dynamaxes, and even then the only power boost you're really getting out of Dynamaxing is like setting a Brain or something like that. So as we keep moving down through here, there are quite a few bit of coverage moves that Blastoise can use. Could see Fake Out Support Blastoise come out. Haze Blastoise is always nice. I know it gets, yeah, Rapid Spins right there. Roar is nice. Seismic Toss, you know, Substitute. But to be honest, I think your best bet's just going to be the Shell Smash Sweeper. Absolutely. Absolutely, in my opinion. Move down through here, we see some other moves that it might use. I doubt it using any of these. Yeah, all these look pretty garbage. Yeah, I don't know why you'd want to use like half of these. I mean, instead of some like if you use any of these, I mean, you might be trying for some like harebrained scheme or just run Fissure on it, dude. Just run Fissure on this, and just go for their throat, man. You could just run Life Orb, obviously, if you're planning on like Shell Smashing and Dynamaxing with this. Life Orb is that premier Dynamax item. But next up, we have one of the best Pokemon, one of the best Dynamaxers from Season 2, thanks to Matthew and the Indiana Tracers. We have Leafeon, and Leafeon's pretty sick. Obviously, Leafeon not the best on this team because it doesn't have that Sunsetter for it, but there are plenty of Pokemon on this team that could just use Sunny Day. So, I mean, you know, it's okay. Does Meowstick get Sunny Day? I'm pretty sure it does, right? Yeah, Sunny Day right there. So boom, got your Sunsetter right there. So Leafeon does have the ability to like put on some offensive pressure. The only thing I'd say is kind of bad for Leafeon is that its moveset really isn't that deep. You're kind of looking for something to use like halfway through. Like it does get Dig, which is okay for like a Max Quake. But as you look through here, there's really not much else you can use as far as like a physical attack. Yeah, that's pretty much all it. I mean, you could use X-Scissor, but what do you need X-Scissor for? Like, just hit them with Leaf Blade. Yeah, it's a good mon, though. It does leave something to be desired, so maybe you could use Charm or something like that. But I feel like if you don't like Dynamax with this, it's kind of tough for you. Your Dynamax move, of course, is going to be Aerial Ace on this Pokemon. That's about the only other move it gets. It's physical. You know, Leafeon does have a good defense, so it's a good Pokemon there. Really decent speed with 95, good attack at 110. It's just that Grass isn't an amazing typing, and it has a lot of weaknesses. I think Grass has like 5 weaknesses or something like that. So definitely I'd say probably use Leafeon as like a Swords Dance into like a Dynamax Sweep with Airstream just to do that. And it doesn't necessarily need the Sun Up. Like with Dynamax, it's probably going to live one hit, especially if it's a physical hit, and it should shrug it off pretty good. And yeah, Leafeon's a pretty good Pokemon. I like Leafeon. Tried to pick it back up for this last season, for this next season, couldn't get it, but that's okay. I feel like we had our chance to try to get Leafeon to work, and it just didn't happen. So we move on to Lickylicky here. And Lickylicky is an okay Pokemon. It's kind of like a jack of all trades, master of none. Because of its normal typing, it's all kinds of crazy coverage moves like Explosion and Body Slam, Knockoff, Power Whip. So like it gets good moves and whatnot. It can set up on people with like Swords Dance. It can Wish Pass. It can Toxic Stuff. So it can be pretty annoying to take care of. Belly Drum's a set, but with this lackluster speed, I probably wouldn't recommend it. Fissure, if your name's Brooks, you could always use Fissure. Hyper Beam, why not? You'll get some swag points from the TPL chat. And then that's pretty much it for this Pokemon. Like you can run any 4 moves on this Pokemon, but it's not really going to be doing insane amounts of work. I definitely say like one of the good abilities on this is you can just like slap an Assault Vest on it, 4 different moves that cover like your opponent's entire team and constantly hit stuff with super effective damage. But I will say with a little caveat there, be careful because you're not getting stab damage and you're not putting out insane amounts of damage with only 80 special attack and 85 attack. So that means you're a prime example to set off a weakness policy, so you got to be careful of that. So as I look back through this team, it's pretty good. It's got some weakness in rocks, but I feel like it can be mitigated pretty easily. You got Rapid Spin on Blastoise for that. You probably got some Defog and some other stuff I'm not paying attention to, but it's an okay team, and that's the problem. I feel like it just has a lot of okay Pokemon. But it definitely could get some W's. Absolutely. Got a nice Fire, Water, Grass core going on. Bronzong's an awesome Pokemon. Thundurus is phenomenal. Meowstick is great for support. So like overall, I'm probably gonna give this like a 6.5. I wish the team did work a little bit better with each other. Maybe like something like just to jump out at me and say like, oh, like this is some awesome synergy here. But I mean, I just don't see it that much. We could see the sun come out from Meowstick for Leafeon, but I mean, Blastoise doesn't really want to play in the sun then. Centiskorch might play in the sun, so that might be a thing it could use. But yeah, I'm just going to stick it at 6.5. It looks okay. There's a lot of weak members towards the back in Lickylicky and Grablock. I don't know. Leafeon is very meh. It depends what day of the week it is, whether Leafeon gets its time to shine. It's kind of the same thing with Centiskorch. But yeah, I'm just going to leave it at that, 6.5, and I'll move on to the next video. See you guys in a bit.